Donny was in the music business himself, right?
I know Short.
Yeah, well, you know Short, he knows you. Donny said, he told me last night when we was talking about the Grammys post, he said he had to get out of the music business because, well, you want to tell him why you had to get out of the music business?
Last deal I did was in 2016 with L.A. Reid over at Sony. But I had to get out the game, man. It was too much fake shit, and I ain't with all that fake shit. You know how it goes, Short. Y'all know how it goes. Too much fake stuff, and you want to kill one of these you know what I mean? I'm just being real, man. It's just crazy, man.
Okay, so that was 10 years ago. What would you say is the current temperature of the music industry right now, especially for black artists?
Well, as far as the music goes, people kind of have this perception now. They want to. You got this voice out there going, the music is going bad, it's trash, it's all this. I personally don't feel that way. I still feel good vibrations. I still go out. I still see people enjoying the music. We see the numbers. Somebody is loving the music. So I think that as far as new artists coming up, new music out there, I'm okay with it. It's alive and well. People are touring. Me, myself, and a lot of artists are receiving like nice paydays, and it's lovely, you know what I'm saying? So on one end, right now, you know the music, the major industry, the major labels, they're still doing what they always doing. They're running it, they're controlling it, the airwaves, the big numbers. If you like doing that super mega tour and you all over TV and everywhere you turn you see this artist, of course they signed to a major label. But now on the flip side, with this, the internet continuously growing and the streaming continuously growing, artists can make a way independent. Right? Now, I mean, we made a good way independent back in the day, selling hard units, CDs, cassettes, wax, you know? But now, I mean, you get that same independent thing going, and you get those streams, you get those concerts booked. So it's not bad, man. If you're a hustler, you're a hustler.
See, you've been doing it for 30 years. You're a legend. You make a lot of money.
And I agree with Short about the new music. Cause every 30 years, they always gonna say, from an old veteran told me, every 30 years, they gonna say they don't like somebody's music. You know what I mean? But it's like 30 years ago, they probably said they wasn't liking Short music. You know what I mean? But it's the same thing that goes on. But now the new music, they doing their thing. We gotta respect what they do because they the new generation. We gotta understand what they doing.
Yeah,
you know
it's
what I mean?
a cycle. We like the futures of the world and all the guys that are out there right now. He told us about the glossy, nice shit. All the things, you know. Short been making a lot of money for a lot of years. We sat up and we had some artists up here talking about the music game like this. He sound like Donny. Said they want to kill the motherfucker. You know what I mean? Give me the underside of what's going on in this music industry. Why do people still have so many issues when it comes to making it in the music industry and navigating?
What you say, Michael?
Oh, man, shit. For me, man, lack of direction, man, a lot of times. Artist development was something that was really big. I came in the game in '96. I started my career at Priority Records. I was there, oh my God, about 8 to 10 years, and then I went into Capitol because we folded into Capitol, and then I went on to, I finished up at Interscope. So I was at Interscope another 9 years. And major labels, man, always instilled artist development into the artist. When you think of Motown, that's why you can see the likes of, think of any great Motown artist. They're still relevant. They're still around. They know how to conduct interviews. They know how to perform because that was a training that you had to go through. It wasn't you just had a song and you just rushed that process and got up on stage. Now, you know, it's much different based on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that to be around like this brother right here, he went through that at Jive. He know what it is to have artist development. As raw as his music was, and the language, the bitch that he coined and made it so popular.
He was still out the trunk too.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But even coming from East O, when they did the deal with him down at Jive, I mean, you know, they had to sit down with him and teach him how to do interviews, and he has taken that and now has used that to where this brother right here, man, can speak well. You know what I mean? Nowadays, when you have a hit record on the internet, you bypass all of that. And so that only stays for so long. It only stays for so long, man. And I think, outside of what Short was saying, I think in the long run, it's going to be a detriment to black music. I don't know about the other side. And then outside of, you know, all of the white executives now taking all of the black jobs that you know, in urban music.
Okay, all right, we kind of touched on that last night. Mars, you agree with everything he's saying?
No, for sure, totally. Artist development is definitely something that's even the reason why a person like Nip or like the people that I've worked with and learned from Snoop to T.I. to all of these people, they're so self-sufficient and went through things with being signed to different labels to where they already have their vision. They already know who they are as an artist. So when they come to the producer, it's easy for us to talk and just understand who they are as a person, understand their story. And overall, music is an expression. So, you know, like Short was saying, it's not really the fact of, oh man, you guys are making this terrible music. I applaud people that are grabbing the laptop and not breaking in houses and not not being you know what I'm saying, not being the next person that's in jail, man. Because for me, I feel like it's easier for me to have somebody that already shows passion, and I could just say, hey man, why don't you just come around to, you know, After Church LA, or why don't you just come around to our studio or the 1500 Sound Academy and just learn how we, you know, do music, or take a music theory class, or, you know, stuff like that, because they just don't have the information. They don't have they're doing whatever they can in their bedroom just because they see what the next person is doing on Instagram.
I see, I love the A&R lesson.
Yeah.
We like that. That's all nice and good. We know, music is your taste, whatever you like, right?
Yes, sir.
We don't want to hear about that now.
No, we don't.
We want to hear about that. We going deeper.
We're going deeper.
There's a lot of artists out there that's getting robbed.
No, yeah, for sure.
They're getting pushed in the wrong direction when it comes to A&R. And, you know, it's almost like an athlete going to the wrong team, being drafted by the wrong team, being around the wrong coach.
Right.
It can mess up his entire career. And it's happening to these artists out here, Donny.
Well, you know what's happening. You know, back in the day, it's still going. It was pimping and hoeing. You know what I'm saying? You know, the record label, we was the pimp, and no disrespect to the artist, they was the hoes. You know what I'm saying?
And you taking their money.
No, we wasn't taking their money.
Well, that's what a pimp does to a hoe.
Well, after the day, short, you know what I'm saying. You start off independent, from an independent aspect. How did you get started, and when your independent thing was going to Jive? And let Short kind of explain that. Because,
I mean,
you know,
I get what you're saying, though, the pimping and the hoeing, because you know the splits and the percentages and all that.
Yes.
Well, you was rapping about that too, though, Short.
Yeah, so you know, I mean, we came in the game. We had a choice. At one point, we had a choice. We sitting here making hundreds of thousands of dollars, regional. It's not going all over the country. It's not going all over the world. We just hitting a certain part of the USA. And we happy with it. We doing shows. Life is good. We got nice cars. We bought homes. But then the major labels come knocking, and it wasn't really ever about that upfront money. One thing we knew for sure upfront was that wasn't really your money.
No.
When it's like, we're going to sign you for X amount of dollars, that's like a loan.
Did you know that for sure, though?
Yeah, we knew that up
Oh,
coming in.
you did know that, okay.
Coming in. We came in knowing that. What we wanted to sign for was the outlet of having the worldwide distribution, the national distribution,
right.
and just being a part of it. So we weighed the pros and cons, and we like, you know, we could look at it right off the top. We like, this is a shitty deal.
Yes, yes.
But do we want to sit here where we at, or do we want to go out and conquer the world? And basically, you get over there, and you gotta like, you really don't notice when the major label's like sucking your dick and whining and dining you and getting you to sign. You don't really know that. You just a fucking gamble to them.
That's
like
right.
If you hit, they love you. If you don't, fuck you. That fast.
Right.
So as an artist, I jumped over there and I won, so I got taken care of. But if you jump over the major labels, like you say, you end up at the situation in Sony somewhere, and it don't turn out the way they want. They fucking with you, and you sitting over there fighting these battles. It could be heaven for one motherfucker, hell for another motherfucker.
You know, yes, right. And let me say something. And sometimes, you know, when I used to do deals, sometimes I used to do deals just to do deals because it was a loan you didn't have to pay back. You know what I'm saying? For the upfront
that
money.
part too.
So I used to just be like, okay, I'm gonna sign this dude. I know he ain't nothing, but I'm just gonna go get this loan so I can go buy me some apartment bills. So I can do something else. See, I was hustling.
Hold up. Break this. What the hell did you just say?
Let me tell you something.
Hold on. Break it. Tell me exactly.
Okay. Major label will sign you for X amount of dollars and never put the shit out. That's free money.
How did you get free money? Like,
so I was doing production deals and joint ventures. So I would go out there and I would do a deal, and then they might give me $500,000, $600,000 up front.
Who would give you that money?
The major label.
The major label. Okay, they give you the money.
For the artist.
Okay.
But you know what I mean? I was like, oh, peep this out. I got to go do something else because I know this dude is shitty. You know what I mean? My man Mike Conception told me, he said, D, peep this out, man. He said, you getting all that money, you buying these cars, this jewelry. He said, buy some apartment buildings.
That's right.
And my man Mike Conception told me, I said, buy some apartment buildings. Don't be around here spend that money on jewelry and all this. So I tell the young kids, if y'all getting that advance money, stop buying cars and jewelry. Go buy some apartment buildings.
Some apartments.
You know what I'm saying?
That's worth
Do something that's worth something.
Right. if these artists know that these deals are shitty, why do they feel pressured to sign them? Is it because they don't want to go back to the hood? They don't want to go back to the situation? Why do they sign something they know is not going to be beneficial to them?
Go on, wait.
Let Mars jump in.
I was just gonna say, I feel like each scenario is different. You know, it's contingent upon your situation. Some people, you know, would rather security over sacrifice. Some people would rather sacrifice over security. For me, it was all sacrifice. Like, I'm not gonna, you know, conform or, you know, just do whatever just because, and I've been through it already. Like, I was luckily I was able to be around these people at 17, 18, and I'm seeing how I did a deal for 7 years. Like dang near like a death row deal for 7 years, where the dude was like, I didn't get no bread for the whole 7 years. He had a publishing for the whole 7 years. You feel me? So it was like, I could have just been like, all right, I'm cool. Like, I'm not doing music no more, which I contemplated. But then right after that, I'm like, God gave me a gift and I'm passionate about this, so I'm gonna just go out and, you know, screw what this dude's talking about. I'm gonna just go out and do what I'm doing. And I start meeting people. That's when I met Tip, and that's when you know, Snoop took us in, gave us a whole studio in Irvine. We started being a part of movies, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And everything, God just started blessing us. So it's like, I feel like if you have the faith to go through the sacrifice part, then you'll be secure. You know
bet on yourself, man. You bet on yourself and your skills, man. Dude, did he say like he had a death row type deal? That still happening?
With like 7 years.
I mean, hold on. Listen, it's all, man, these deals is the most shittiest deals.
That's real.
You have to understand what these deals are. You getting it's pennies. You got to count pennies. You're not counting dollars.
That's
you
real.
know what I'm saying? So most of these guys, and when you getting that loan, you have to pay back. You see how TLC went broke? They sold 17 million records.
That's why I would say, why does it take a 50-page contract to say,
exactly,
you get 80, I get 20? Why we got to have 50 pages? Because there's so much other bullshit in between page 1 and page 50.
Yeah. Do they know that you can just go get a lawyer, entertainment lawyer?
We all have entertainment lawyers.
Right.
But entertainment lawyers be on it too.
An entertainment contract will have a clause in there that says, this is what we'll do for you. And then the very next clause says, the one you just read don't mean shit.
Exactly.
Right. It's some shady stuff that's happening to me. I got to ask one more question about this whole death row thing, because, you know, Suge, from what I understand, used to make people sign contracts they really didn't want to, like strong arm them. Is there a Suge Knight that's still out there? That do record labels still have somebody like that? Like Big Red from the Five Heartbeats.
Suge Knight wasn't the first man doing that. I know some
Big Red from the Five Heartbeats.
I know some guys that I'm not gonna call their names, but I don't know what Suge was doing. But you gotta the big guys at the label, you know, Short. They do the same thing, but they just talk to you a little bit differently.
Exactly. With a smile.
How do they do that?
Talk to me, Mike.
With a smile. With a smile.
The big guy at the label could be 5'4" with glasses.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah.
Major bully.
A major bully.
Yeah.
How's he a major bully? Because of what? The money, the power that he.
Yeah. Okay. The pen.
Okay.
In the contract.
So he got that influence on other people.
Pimping and hoeing.
Man,
He got that pimp
show. What did it show?
Pimping and hoeing. What's a 360 contract? What's that mean?
Oh, that's some terrible shit.
Okay.
Pretty much.
I don't know.
360 is when you think of 360, you think of a circle, right?
Right.
All right, so that's a dog chasing his tail. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Going in circles, right?
That's your man with the blues guitar at the crossroads.
Right. A 360, man. When you sign a 360 deal, that means the label really owns you, and everything that you do, they get paid on everything that you do.
Wow.
Everything.
You're publishing, you can write a book.
That's why it's 360.
Wow.
Everything.
See,
why do people sign I don't understand. Like, all the information that is out there these days, with Google, this show talking about things like that, you hear the warning signs. Why do people still sign, though? That's what I'm saying. I understand, the situation.
It works.
Okay, so you feel like you're going to be the one that hits the lottery.
You see the success stories. They are major stories. You go from a struggling artist last year to a millionaire the next year. It's over and over again. It happens. It works. You got to. It's like hitting the lotto, though. Because for the one that gets to the top, there's a whole mountain full of those that didn't make it.
But it's like hitting the lotto for the executive, right? Short, are you saying that?
I mean, I'm just saying, though, there's ways to win. You get in a 360 and you become a big artist. You're going to get some major tour. You're going to become a millionaire, no doubt about it.
So the majority of the artists sign these type of deals?
But you have no control over that. You are a a tool now. You know what I'm saying? When you get tired of the 20-hour day schedule, it's like, no, motherfucker, you got 20 hours to work tomorrow.
Right.
You flying here, you flying there. You know what I'm saying? It's just you in.